From the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Vault. Jersey Joe and Big Shot Rob back in action again, and it is maybe my favorite day to be in the studio. And I'll tell you why, Rob, because Cleveland Cavalier basketball talk is relevant once again. The season's starting up for the NBA today. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Chicago Bulls. Clearly, Rob, there's no one bigger and brighter to start off the season on national TV than LeBron James. And it seems like this season, the story for LeBron is doing less. A lot of reports coming out that, LeBron might play less than 70 games this season. There were reports in the offseason that his goal was to be a 22-8-8 type of guy this season. So, Rob, my first question that I want to start off the show with is, LeBron's turning 31 in December. Is it time to kind of start to manage him a little bit more as we head into this later part of his career?
Oh, most definitely, Joe. I mean, we look at it now. LeBron James, the core piece to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And obviously, coming into the season, you have the Kyrie Irving injury. He's going to be out a while. And, I mean, you say to yourself, they kind of need LeBron out there. They need that guy who's going to put up 30 to 40 points, play defense, get the rebounds, get the assists. But you got to rest his body, especially at 31 years old. Yes, you know what? He's in his prime still, but he's slowly coming to the end. And you know what? If LeBron wants to play till he's 36 years old, 37-year-old, you start now, limiting the minutes. You know, we look at his career, Joe. He's never played under 35 minutes in any season in his career. He's always played 39-plus all the time. And it's just now you have to look at it. If we want to reserve LeBron's body, if we want to actually compete for years to come to maybe win a championship, maybe win 2, maybe win 3, the time is now to rest him.
Well, and here's the interesting thing, too, is I don't think people take into consideration sometimes. LeBron has been to the NBA Finals 5 years in a row. So LeBron has played more basketball than any other player 5 years in a row. I mean, he's been to the NBA Finals, stretched out NBA Finals, too, for the most part. These last 5 seasons, that's a lot of extra miles on his tires. So his rest, he has not had that much rest these last couple of seasons. I mean, it's a good thing, clearly, but I agree. What I think we're going to see with LeBron is the first half of the season, he's going to take it very, very slowly. I really don't think you're going to see a very big, a crazy LeBron going, attacking, putting up crazy numbers. I think that what we heard in the offseason, being a 22-8-8 type of guy, is exactly the kind of player we're going to see from LeBron James in the first half. The second half, I think, is when LeBron starts to kick it into full gear. The playoffs are coming around the corner, and he kind of knows when. And that's the biggest thing, I think, about LeBron is as he's gone more and more throughout his career, he's learned what he has to do to take care of his body when his body is in bad shape. We saw last season when he took those 2 weeks off, the difference it made when he came back. He needed those 2 weeks. But I'm with you. I think at this point, they do need to manage his minutes a little bit better. But that's the next question, though, Rob, is we did see last season, even at points, especially in the NBA Finals, it was evident. When LeBron was off the floor and you didn't have a Love or a Kyrie, it was scary at times. Do they have enough now with some of the offseason players they brought in to be a little bit more competent when one of the big guys is not on the floor or only one of them can be on the floor?
I think so. We look at it, Joe. They give Tristan Thompson that big extension now. That's one key player they needed to bring back. Yeah. One defensive force they needed. You get Mo Williams, who's going to be a decent point guard to come off the bench at times. But, I mean, the question for this team is Kevin Love. Are we going to see the Kevin Love from last year, the one who struggled at times? Or are we going to see Minnesota Kevin Love, the man who was able to put up 20 points a game, grab about 20 rebounds, 18 to 20 rebounds a night? That's the big question mark for the Cavaliers. I say if Kevin Love plays up to his par, this team could be dominant. They could be like the Golden State Warriors, just be a complete force. This team should, no doubt about it, Joe, be able to win 63 games in the East. With how weak the East is, no doubt about it, the Cavaliers should have 63 wins.
I completely agree. I think you really look at the entire Eastern Conference, and there's nothing there to really scare. I mean, you look at what the Atlanta Hawks did last year. The Cavs swept the Atlanta Hawks without Kyrie Irving. They beat the Bulls handily without Kyrie Irving. And then they swept in the first round against the Celtics with a very limited Kyrie Irving. So you look at what they've been able to do in the Eastern Conference, there is a ton of faith in the Cavaliers, but we will certainly see how it ends up tonight for Cleveland. That is going to do it for this segment. We will be right back.